Live from Fargo and serving you on TV, online, and on the go. This is Valley News Live at 6.
The city of Fargo will be extending an initiative that was started last year to help breastfeeding mothers. The move follows news out of Minnesota, where a woman says she left her job in Minnetonka because her rights to breastfeed were violated.
Gender Justice, a nonprofit legal organization, filed a complaint on behalf of the woman. She says she was forced to quit her job because the employer refused to provide a reasonable time and space for her to pump breast milk for her daughter.
Valley News Team's Rose Itzkovitz looked into the North Dakota laws and what the city is doing in our area to make places more accessible to pumping moms.
I met West Fargo mom Kristen Curry at the local airport. Her kids, 2 and 7, are no longer breastfeeding. But Curry couldn't help but notice this lactation suite as she awaited her flight.
That was one of the first things I noticed when I came back here, actually. I was kind of surprised, I guess. You don't see things like that very often, to be honest, and especially in public places.
The suite was part of a North Dakota initiative last year, installing 10 of them across the state. The idea is to offer moms a clean and private place to pump, with enough room even for luggage and extra kids.
It would definitely have been really nice to have it when my children were much younger, when I was still breastfeeding.
And while we're still hearing stories of workplace discrimination across Minnesota and North Dakota, the city of Fargo is doing its part to increase breastfeeding awareness.
8 out of 10 moms in North Dakota leave the hospital breastfeeding. And so when that number starts to decrease around, 3 months when many moms go back to work, how can we continue to support those moms so that they continue to breastfeed if that's something that they wish to do?
FargoCast public health nutritionist Michelle Draxton says the city's extending an initiative it started last year.
We did see, some positive responses from the campaign.
By letting businesses know the resources available,
including breastfeeding mini grants.
Businesses can apply to make private, comfortable spaces for employees who pump.
North Dakota actually has a specific law around supporting businesses.
Meanwhile, federal law says workplaces need to give moms time to pump at work.
And they do need to provide a space that is not a bathroom.
West Fargo mom Kristen Curry says when she had her first kid, none of this was offered to her.
I think they are realizing how important breastfeeding really is to moms, and that, we still want to take our children out and about. We don't want to have to stay at home and pump.
Luckily, times are changing. In Fargo, Rose Itzkovitz, Valley News Live.
In addition to Hector International Airport, other North Dakota facilities with those lactation suites include all major airports, the Fargo Dome, and the state's 4 zoos.
Our weather's been improving throughout much of the day, which is exactly what parade goers were hoping for. Let's find out from Robert what it's going to be like out there tonight. Robert?
It's going to be a chilly one, much warmer than it was at this time yesterday. At this time yesterday, we were talking about single digits above and below zero. Right now, we've got some teens to the north, 30s to the south, some 20s sandwiched in between, including a 24. Here in Fargo, those winds northerly around 5 to 15 miles per hour. That is creating some wind chills out there, as cold as 0 in Thief River Falls, 1 in Hallock and Baudette, 13 in Fargo, 28 down into the Sisseton area. Partly to mostly cloudy skies will continue as we head through this evening and through the day tomorrow. Underneath those clouds, nothing doing in terms of precipitation. However, can't rule out a very light flurry. If you are headed to the parade, we're going to see temperatures in the 20s out there, wind chills in the teens, so bundle up. Grab the coat, the gloves, the scarves, the hat, and maybe a blanket or two as you head on out there. Warmer weather, though, just in time for Turkey Day. How warm do we get? We'll let you know in just a few minutes.
All right, thanks so much.
Authorities are still investigating the scene where a train derailed early this morning in Polk County. It happened just east of Fisher, Minnesota. Police say no one was hurt, but that 14 cars full of coal went off the tracks. Sheriff's officials and crews are still working to clean up the site. It's unknown why the train jumped the tracks.
A man involved with a deadly hotel stabbing in Fargo is now facing felony theft charges. Back in September, we told you about Jacob Dirks. Authorities say he went to the American Inn to find the person he believes stole $10,000 from him. Well, that person was Sean Bear. He's now facing a felony theft charge. While at the hotel, Dirks was stabbed in the stomach by Sean Bear's brother, Alan Bear. Alan Bear was originally charged with murder, but the charges were later dropped. Authorities say that Alan was acting in self-defense.
RDO's 19th annual Caterers Taters for Charity lunch kicked off today with hundreds of people flocking through the doors for baked potatoes and cookies and lemonade, all while helping a local charity. All of this year's proceeds from the event go directly to the Great Plains Food Bank. The food bank says they can provide 3 meals for people in the valley for every dollar raised today.
It reminds me that each of us can do something to end hunger in our community, that we can buy a potato, we can volunteer an hour, we can write a check out. We all can play a role in it. And this is just a perfect example of how people can come and enjoy a meal together and still help those who are hungry among us.
People from the Great Plains Food Bank tell us the large turnout today was more than they could ever have asked for.
Young people in our community are stepping up and helping the needy. The student-led Fill the Dome food drive is headed for another big year. Over 193,000 pounds of food was donated this year to help those in need. Organizers and volunteers wasted no time getting the goodies they collected off the dome floor, loaded into trucks, and on their way to the Great Plains Food Bank. The annual Thanksgiving event is an ongoing success involving area students from more than 50 schools. Since its inception 11 years ago, the Fill the Dome project has collected 2.3 million pounds of food and raised over $500,000.
The food you see here today behind you, but also all the funds that have been raised, which are also equally important, will provide somewhere in the neighborhood of 300,000 meals for families without enough food on the table.
Selland adds that there are about 26,000 people in the FM area alone who come to the food bank and its partnering agencies looking for help because they don't have enough to eat.
2 North Dakota races that were eligible for a recount in the November midterm election will not have them after all. Those races were for the House seats in District 43 in Fargo. That district will have 2 new state representatives after Democratic incumbent Lois Delmore didn't run for re-election and incumbent Republican Richard Becker lost his re-election bid. And also the District 25 Senate seat where incumbent Larry Lueck won the race by 21 votes over Democratic challenger Perry Miller. Candidates had until Monday to request a recount.
Hey, if you have romaine lettuce in your refrigerator, throw it out. The CDC is warning you to not eat romaine lettuce as it investigates an E. coli outbreak. This applies to all types of romaine lettuce, including hearts of romaine and prepackaged salad mixes. The CDC says consumers should throw it all away and clean the shelf or drawer that the lettuce was stored. 32 people in 11 states have become ill, including 13 people who had to be hospitalized. Thankfully, no deaths have been reported.
West Fargo residents are getting some good news and hopefully easier holiday travel as the city announced that contractors for the 13th Avenue road construction project are set to be done working and have all lanes open to traffic by the end of the day tomorrow. The city says over the next few weeks there will be random lane closures during the day on 13th Avenue while crews install permanent street lights. They also say speeds will remain reduced until everything is completed, but will soon return to 35 miles an hour. Next year, crews will have minor project work on 13th Avenue that will cause some temporary lane closures for a few weeks in the spring.
Later on Valley News Live at 6, the floats are lining up. We're going to give you a live look at this year's Downtown Holiday Lights Parade.
Up next, the Mall of America has some enticing giveaways for Black Friday shoppers.
You're watching Valley News Live on TV, online, and on the go. Always on, wherever you are, whenever you need to know. Valley News Live. You're watching Valley News Live on KVLY, your hometown NBC station.
You've got a job to do, getting something fixed, rebuilt, unstuck. So get what you need at Max Hardware. Like you, we know what's what. Tough tools, bulk hardware, and parts that don't waste your time and money. You like wasting time? Well, that's not Max. Deals go fast. Stock up now at the Max Black Friday sale. See all the deals at maxhardware.com. We're not just another hardware store. We're Max.
At Jeff's Plumbing, we're people who care. Reliable, dependable, we're always there.
At Jeff's Plumbing, we answer our phone 24 hours a day, 7 days a week.
Thanks for calling Jeff's Plumbing. How can I help you? That sounds like your main drain is backing up. I'll get a technician right out.
You can be assured, no matter what your plumbing emergency, our technicians will be ready to roll anytime.
Leave the plumbing to us, we're people you can trust. Jeff's Plumbing.
Is that too much pizza?
Is the XLNY too much pizza for us?
Oh no, that's my personal extra large pizza.
Now for $8, get any XLNY. We make it, you bake it. Papa Murphy's.
Get Black Friday prices now at Shopko. Up to 70% off all outerwear. Samsung 50-inch 4K TV, only $329.99. Get 25% off select Nike apparel and shoes during our epic Nike event. Hurry, Black Friday prices now at Shopko.
I recommend my Tempur-Pedic to everybody.
The most highly recommended bed in America just got better. Introducing the reinvented Tempur-Pedic. Designed with the most pressure-relieving material we've ever created, it adapts and responds to your body's unique needs for your most rejuvenating sleep.
Now at Slumberland, get up to $500 off select Tempur-Pedic adjustable mattress sets. Pay no interest for 5 years and get $300 in bonus cash on qualifying mattresses. Slumberland, it's a good life.
Tonight's news is brought to you by Casey's General Store.
Welcome back. To kick off the start of the holiday shopping season, the Mall of America will be giving away prizes, shopping deals, Santa appearances, and more starting Black Friday. When the doors open at 5 a.m. on Friday, the first 200 people in line at the main entrance will get a gift card ranging from $10 to $500. The mall will start its mystery scratch-off event, which means if you scratch the right ticket, you'll have the opportunity to win prizes like electronics and high-end retail products. Other Black Friday weekend events include musical performances, artist meet and greets, holiday light shows, and more.
Analysts predict that half of all cell phone calls could be robocalls in 2019. So some phone companies are making changes to help ease the frustration of those pesky calls. It's called screen sharing.
But in that call, before you answer it, it'll actually give you an option to hit screen call. You would select that option, and at that time, you'll see a screen with text marquee showing up, and it'll actively show you what that recipient of that call is saying.
Even without this call screening feature, there are still options to block robocalls on iPhones and Androids, like a blocked contact list that's built into your device.
Later on Valley News Live at 6, if you're planning on putting up a real Christmas tree this year, why you need to make sure it's properly watered.
While it is chilly outside at this hour, this time yesterday we were 15 to 30 degrees colder out there. A cool Wednesday, but warmer for your Thanksgiving and Black Friday. Well, the details on that, as well as a look at your entire weekend forecast, coming up.